Transitioning from your old self to your new self is a profound transformation that encompasses neurological, biological, chemical, hormonal, and genetic changes. Many individuals find themselves in a state of uncertainty, traversing unfamiliar territories and unable to predict their future. When people approach me with such concerns, I consistently offer the same response. The most effective way to foresee your future is by actively creating it. This creation process stems not from the realm of familiarity, but rather from the vast expanse of the unknown. What kind of thoughts do you wish to ignite and solidify in your mind? Waiting for wealth to evoke feelings of abundance, success to instill empowerment, or a mystical experience to elicit awe adheres to an outdated model of reality. It perpetuates the belief that external circumstances must change before internal emotions can transform. However, when you alter your inner state, you begin to take notice of the people or events that influence that change. These significant moments become imprinted as memories. Waiting for our environment to bring relief aligns with the traditional model of cause and effect, whereas the quantum model revolves around causation and effect. Consequently, when you feel whole, healing ensues, empowerment leads to success, worthiness yields abundance, and being in love with life and oneself attracts profound relationships. Furthermore, experiencing awe in the present moment attracts mystical blessings beyond anticipation, and gratitude paves the way for new job opportunities. This understanding signifies the causative relationship between emotions and outcomes. Curiously, what emotional state characterizes gratitude? Isn't gratitude typically expressed when receiving or attaining something? Therefore, what if you were to express gratitude or feel grateful even before manifestations materialize? Would your body, as the unconscious mind, interpret this as a future experience in the present moment? Gratitude represents the ultimate state of receptivity. Consequently, we don't pray with the intention of having our prayers answered. Rather, we rise each day as if our prayers have already been fulfilled. This state of mind and body necessitates a clear intention and an elevated emotion. A clear intention involves the activation of the mind and brain, while an elevated emotion necessitates opening the heart. Combining these two elements propels us from living in the past to living in the future. Hence, the question arises, can you believe in a future that you cannot perceive or experience through your senses, but one that you have mentally envisioned so frequently that your brain has already adopted the appearance of having undergone that experience? Can you wholeheartedly embrace a future potential that already exists within the quantum field? Furthermore, how many potentials lie within the vast expanse of the quantum field? Indeed, the quantum field houses an infinite array of possibilities. Is it conceivable to select a new potential within this realm and emotionally immerse yourself in that envisioned reality to such an extent that your body, as the unconscious mind, believes it is presently residing in that future existence? Through this process, you activate new genes and pave the way for new pathways of transformation. If there is tangible physical evidence in your brain and body that resembles an experience that has already occurred, a manifestation is inevitable. There exists an intelligence responsible for sustaining your life at this very moment. It orchestrates your heartbeat, the digestion of your food, and the coordination of trillions of functions within every cell of your body. This same intelligence is accountable for the birth of supernovas in far-flung galaxies and the blooming of flowers. It is both personal and universal, residing within and enveloping you. Although imperceptible to the senses of sight, smell, taste, and touch, it is the life-giving force, an omnipresent consciousness. Consciousness denotes awareness, and awareness equates to attentiveness. This consciousness acts as the observer, granting you existence. I often tell our advanced students that they will either be defined by a vision of the future or by memories of the past. When people wonder why bitterness, frustration, or suffering persist within their lives, it's essential to recognize that their brain, immersed in these emotions, clings to the chemical residue of the past. Consequently, the brain summons associated events, for individuals are emotionally entangled with those memories. However, contemplate what transpires during our sessions. We work with individuals who have endured abuse, trauma, or assault. Many have faced tremendously challenging pasts. Have you ever heard me advocate for revisiting those events? Never do we need to delve back into those experiences, for doing so opens a Pandora's box. Instead, our goal is to transcend the associated emotions as they solely endure from the remnants of those past events. As a person sits down, their body instinctively seeks stimuli that will recreate the emotions constituting their identity. Are you still following along? Suppose I encourage the individual to remain seated and observe their bodily sensations. Suddenly, they become aware of heat, irritation, and a twisting sensation in their stomach. These amalgamated sensations, which they have long labeled as frustration, give rise to a different array of bodily responses. Yet the moment you assign a name to these sensations, they transform into emotions. In reality, these are simply sensations, energy stagnated within the body. The body yearns to regress to the past, wholeheartedly believing it resides within that time frame. Are you still with me? If so, let's delve into the fascinating process of self-awareness and emotional regulation. Just like training an animal, it's crucial for individuals to become aware of their body's emotional responses. By allowing ourselves to feel these emotions and then gently settling them down into the present moment, we begin to build trust within our own bodies and move away from past experiences. This process also leads to a release of pent-up energy. However, our bodies are quick to wonder about the future and anticipate what's to come. When this happens, it's important to bring our focus back to the present moment once again. Each time we do this, we send a message to our bodies that we are in control, not our minds. Gradually, we start to diminish the intensity of these emotions, effectively breaking our addiction to them. The wonderful byproducts of this process are joy and freedom. Our bodies no longer desire to be tormented by these overpowering emotions. Now, does this mean we shouldn't grieve over the things we've lost? Grief is a natural and necessary process, a neural pruning of sorts, a way for our brains to adapt to the absence or void in our lives. It's crucial to come to a greater understanding of death and loss during the grieving process, as it allows us to adapt to these challenging conditions. When someone comes to me and begins complaining about their life, I often let them express themselves for a while. Eventually, I gently point out that they only complain when things aren't going well, and the emotion they're feeling at that moment keeps them tied to the past. It's important to acknowledge and move through different stages of emotions, but ultimately, what most people truly desire is freedom. I have personally witnessed incredible transformations in individuals from various cultures, skin colors, shapes, sizes, and ages. Their faces radiate with a newfound light, and their physical appearance transforms. These individuals have dedicated themselves to overcoming their own limitations. It is crucial to allow ourselves to feel emotions fully and deeply. However, we must also learn to regulate them and find solace in the present moment. Through this process, we can achieve a sense of liberation and experience remarkable personal growth.